today, year 4, is all about breathing. Oh, and it's much easier to breathe like this. Okay, breathing. It's all about how we get what we need from the air into our bodies. And the thing we need from the air most is oxygen. And remember why we need oxygen, because that goes from our lungs to our blood, and then in from our blood into our cells. And remember, if we are doing lots of exercise, we need more oxygen, so it all goes faster. Especially in the muscles, we need oxygen. So we need that oxygen, and we need it all the time. We are always breathing. We can only survive for a few minutes without breathing. It's very important for us to do. So oxygen goes in, and it goes to our cells. When our cells are finished with the oxygen, it makes something else. It makes something called carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide intracellular. We do not want that in our bodies. If we have too much carbon dioxide, it stops the oxygen from getting in, and if there's no oxygen, then over a long time, our muscles don't work, our cells don't work, and we can therefore have death. Carbon dioxide, not so good. So that carbon dioxide goes from the cells back into the blood, and that goes to the lungs, and then, if you can see, just about, that carbon dioxide, also called maybe more famously as CO2, that goes out. Oxygen goes in, and carbon dioxide comes out. Now, it's not all carbon dioxide. In fact, most of the gas in the atmosphere is actually nitrogen. But the oxygen is the thing that comes into the body, and the carbon dioxide is the thing that comes out of the body. Most of the other gases don't do anything too important for us. Now we have the lungs, and I know that our classes know the lungs very well. I have my mouth or my nose here, and then it splits off. I have these two big sacs here, my body, for my lungs. And they are not balloons. They don't just go and take in air. They're actually much more complex. Each tube breaks off into smaller tubes, and then smaller tubes still, and then smaller tubes still. And there becomes lots and lots and lots of tubes in my lungs. Lots of them. If I got your lungs and I spread it and I stretched it, it would cover a tennis court. Easy. All of this here is not just one place that gets bigger. It all gets bigger. It's like a sponge. What I am doing here, I'm making more places in my lungs. I'm making a bigger surface area. And if there's more surface area, there is more place to get oxygen in. More place to get oxygen in if I have more area. Like this here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 places. It's good. But here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Double the number of places to take oxygen in. And that's really, really good. The final bit of all here is called the alveoli. And the alveoli are like little balls here at the end. And those little balls, that is where oxygen goes in again, off the page, and the CO2 goes out. It happens there, at the very, very end of all these tubes and these little balls. And that is, of course, very important. But I still need to breathe. I still need to get the air in. Now, as some of you know, I sing. Don't say I sing well, but I do sing. And I do know how to sing. Now, get back to our simple lungs here. Mouth, lung, lung, tube, tube. Really bad drawing, it'll do. If I want air to come in, I need to make sure the lungs get bigger. The best way to get your lungs bigger is not to go like this. Because you get these muscles bigger, so you get a bit of space here, but your lungs, feel your ribs, they go all the way down here. The best thing to do, we have a muscle here called a diaphragm. And when you breathe, you want this muscle to go down. Fill all of this space up. When that happens, so we've moved this muscle down, and then the lungs can take all of this space here. And you have lots of support from your muscles. That is the best way to breathe in. None of this. Much deeper, much more air, and if you're singing, much more support. So you have a diaphragm here, like so. And then when you breathe out, this goes back up, and that will push the air, the extra air, back out through the mouth or through the nose. So the diaphragm is the important muscle here for going air in, air out. My favorite example, and I will make you all sing in class, is that you want to make sure to breathe properly, and you should be able to see it. Take a classic song we all know, and it's that time of year, so it has to be Euphoria. If we're going you should be able to feel on each of those I'm not pushing here, I'm pushing here. We're going Euphoria, and so on. It's all from the diaphragm. Good singing and good breathing all comes from using this muscle here. We need to get air in and air out. And the oxygen and the carbon dioxide is the most important things to get in and out. Remember this and you'll do fine. Enjoy year 4.